Tons of stuff coming at you today, Falcons fans. On today's episode, we're going to start with some breaking news. Kirk Cousins is officially being released per Ian Cunningham this morning on multiple radio stations, kind of gave his thoughts about what the release of Kirk Cousins is going to look like. And speaking of Ian Cunningham, on the back half of this episode, we're going to get to the Ian Cunningham presser at the NFL Combine. So we will have the full Ian Cunningham presser for you on this episode. Do not click out of this episode if you want the full exclusive interview from Chat Sports on Ian Cunningham. But as I said, the breaking news comes in today. Mark Raimondi first on it that Cunningham spoke with Cousins and his agent, and they recently told him the plan was to release him on the first day of the new league year, which is officially on March 11th. Obviously, we've been on this for quite some time, so the one word that I would use is expected. This is not crazy new information to me, but it is official information now. So Kirk Cousins will officially become a free agent, and he will explore other options with some other teams. Now, I do know that there are some Falcons fans that are like, well, what about the opportunity for him to re-sign? Well, I don't think that's a probability. Anything is possible, so I won't shut the door on it completely. But I will also tell you this, that it looks most likely Kirk will be playing somewhere else other than the Dirty Birds in 2026. Spotrac, one more quick thing, is talking about the numbers and the financial sides of things. Obviously, they'll carry his 24.6 cap figure into June and then take on some dead money cap hits of 22.5 and 12.5 in 2027, respectively. But of course, today is not just about the breaking news surrounding Kirk Cousins. You're going to get all kinds of content over the next couple of days. Anytime there's breaking Falcons news like today, you'll get combine interviews, exclusive content from players and coaches, daily Atlanta Falcons videos. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button and lock us in right now. Now let's go on over to Ian Cunningham at the NFL Combine.
DVR record, but I remember recording the Combine and then having winter workouts, having class, and then coming back and being able to watch some of the GMs have their conversations or at the podium, and now for me to be able to be here, it's pretty surreal. So thank you guys for being here. I will start. I'm sure I'll get some James Pearce questions. Obviously, we take the situation very seriously. I'm just not going to comment on an open legal matter. We've had some internal discussions, but as far as that, I just won't comment on any open legal matter. We did put the franchise tag on Kyle Pitts. We'll do that today. Had a chance to talk to Kyle and David, his representation, to tell them our thoughts and the direction that we were headed. You know, when you get these jobs, there's a lot of decisions that you have to make in a short period of time. So this allows us to use this mechanism, allows us a little bit more time to evaluate the situation moving forward. And then I did talk to Kirk and his representation, Mike McCartney, letting them know that we will release him on the first day of the league year. I just felt that was out of respect for Kirk and Mike, his agent, and what he's done in his career. I owe that to him. We owe that to him to allow him some clarity going into free agency. So with that, I'll open up for questions. Yes. Yeah, we're in the process of doing that right now, right? We just had an accelerated version of our free agent meetings. Obviously, we're here at the Combine as well. So we'll make that decision in due time.
What's it like for you now to go from working with Ryan Poles to rival Ryan Poles as you guys compete against each other?
It's nothing new. You know, it's nothing new. We've been rivals in college. We were rivals. You know, I say that tongue in cheek, but I miss them. You know, I miss Chicago. I miss those guys, but yeah, it's fun, and I'm looking forward to competing with him and the rest of the league.
What were the lessons you learned during the rebuild as far as coaching quarterback?
Yeah, well, it feels like a lifetime ago, you know, with Justin and Flus, and then obviously with Caleb and Flus, and then Ben. You pick up on little things here and there. You pick up on just trying to give them as many resources as possible, whether that be pass catchers, runners, a defense, offensive line. Just trying to build it smart and the right way to allow them to have success on the field. Yeah, good question. Really because it's such a unique position. Obviously, you have, and usually those are really smart guys, right? The guys that can block, run routes, feel spacing. It makes for a coordinator being in 12 personnel, especially when you get a guy like Colson or when you get a guy like Kyle, it gives you another weapon. It helps dictate the defense. Whether they're going to play base to that or whether they're going to play nickel. So it allows a lot of flexibility for an offense, and I feel like that position is going to continue to grow moving forward.
What advice, if any, has Ryan
Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't talked to him much these last few weeks, except for him, sending me a picture of him on vacation. And I can't wait for you guys to see his tan when he gets up here. Make sure you nudge him a little bit. No, but he's been great. The advice that he's given me was really throughout the years, right? Us just having those nights, those early mornings, just talking philosophy, talking ball, him allowing me the ability to be a part of every single decision. Again, I can't thank him and the organization enough for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, it's tremendous resource with a lot of us so I really don't want to get to this spot and see this
Of course, yeah. It was really hard, I remember, not in a million years or lifetime would I have thought I would have made the decision I made. And then those last few years ending up the bridesmaid, those were tough, right? Those were tough. And, but it's resilient. I feel like I've always kind of been that in my life. I've tried to teach my kids that, when you get knocked down, you keep, get back up and keep fighting. And yeah, it makes me even more grateful for this opportunity now.
What do you think's harder about the second year scheme or better decision making?
Oh, that's a tough question. It's hard for me to answer since I'm not a coach. That would be, I think, better suited for Kevin.
When you think about your college Philadelphia, what do you take most from your experiences in
He's awesome, man. He's energetic. He's passionate. He loves ball. He's always thinking. He's thinking outside the box. Really taking away like roster building and team construction from him and finding different methods in doing that, whether that be free agency, whether that be via trade or the draft. It feels like he's always, a couple steps forward. So really trying to pick his brain on how he does those things. But I still don't know.
What are you excited about with the pairing of Kevin Stefanski and Michael Pearce this year?
Yeah, excited about their relationship growing. Excited for Michael to get healthy. They've already had really good conversations, and I've had a chance to see Michael in the building. So I'm looking forward to seeing how their relationship blossoms.
What do you feel about the working relationship? How do you see that going between you and Ryan?
Oh, it's been great. It's a quarterback and I'm an offensive lineman, right? So we're transparent, honest. Feel like there's similarities and passion that we've recently picked up on. But to be able to have a guy like that who's had the career in which he's had, to be able to pick his brain from a player's perspective is invaluable, right? And he's been extremely helpful thus far, and I'm looking forward to continuing to get to know him and continue to work with him moving forward.
Again, we're just starting our process, so again, it's BT's taking around the entire process, the free agency.
Say that again?
How do you think they did a really good job and they had a lot of
Additional quarterback options or development of Michael Pearce?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be coming back, so that's a good thing, right? But he's going to be involved with all of our process. He's already involved with the process, being able to pick his brain in draft meetings, free agency, and again, it's great to have somebody like Matt in that seat.
When you reflect on the team that you helped build in Chicago,
That's a great question. We're always trying to
That's a good one. Really just proud of the journey, man. Just proud of the journey and us staying disciplined. when we could have veered, when we could have went different ways, where we could have felt the pressure that I feel like we're all human. You're going to feel that. But for us to lean on one another, stay disciplined, protect each other in our decision making, I'm really proud of us doing it the right way. Yeah, I haven't had much time to really dive into like the wording of it. It was always my interpretation that if a general manager gets hired, that team would receive 2 third-round picks. I'm a general manager. I was hired. I would think that they would get 2 third-round picks. I don't know the wording of it. That's just my perspective. Again, I wouldn't be sitting here if it weren't for them giving me that job and helping me grow to get this job right now. Yeah, it feels like a lifetime ago. It's cool. I got to see Eric DeCosta this morning grabbing a cup of coffee, and just to think like that was my boss, right? And he was a 2020 guy, and now here I am. Again, I just hope to make them proud and to show that other people in the 2020 clubs, wherever they are, that it can still be done. Yeah, it all depends, right? If you're looking for a vertical slot guy with speed, that's an instant accelerator, or a guy that's a build-up speed guy, or if you're looking for a crafty slot that can get in and out of breaks, option routes, it just depends on the scheme and what you're looking for. You want to find feel, see guys that can feel leverage, guys that know how to get open in different ways. So I think the slot position is unique because it can be used in so many different ways, and it's not a one-size-fits-all.
Look back in your time working with Ryan Poles, is there a specific moment, like if somebody asks you 10 years from now, a specific moment of your collaboration, what would you point to?
Living with one another when we first got there. I mean, I knew Ryan. Our paths have crossed. We were friends, but we've never worked together. So if you can imagine just picking up, getting to a new destination, and then saying, hey, you want to be roommates? And you want to do this thing together? Like, all right, cool. And like literally being in, having a beverage at night with a whiteboard, talking about a plan every single night. That's unique, man. That's special. And then to be able to have the success in which we've had, and which they are going to continue to have there. That was a special time.
Ryan said at the end of the season that he had to kind of learn to not listen to what the crowd wants him to do. Sometimes that might get him in trouble. Is that something that maybe you're taking now as you elevate your role? Yeah, I'd say. I'm not a big social media guy. I would always nudge Ryan, just friends. But yeah, I just don't want to listen to the crowd. I want to make sure I make informed decisions and listen to the crew that I have, helping me to make the best decisions possible. Thanks, everybody.